Welcome to the finals day Corona Cero post show, brought to you by Corona Cero. All natural ingredients in Corona Cero, 0% ABV, crisp taste, pairs well with a lime. This pair right here, an unlikely pair into the final. Balance of opposites right there, and the goofy footer Italo Ferriera takes out the win. Spoiler alert, I'm Kuiper Girl, along with Felicity Flick Palmentier, as well as Jesse Mendez. And I'm going to start with you, Jesse. Today, the count was 27 excellent wave scores. What a day.
No wonder why it was so hard for us to break it apart in the end of the day, because there's so many amazing waves ridden and so many waves that we didn't even pay that much attention to. They were impressive, but just because the scale was so high, we were like, it was just going by.
Yeah, the waves were absolutely incredible. It was raining excellent waves out there. Gnarly, big barrels at Teahupo'o. What a day.
I'm still pretty speechless. I feel like in the context of the last couple of years, I feel like that's the best finals day we've had in a really long time. I mean, the excellent scores speak for themselves. Just the dramatic nature of the end to some of these heats today was, you know, just super exciting. And I just can't wait to get into it, because there's a lot to unpack from today and yesterday.
Yeah, let's start unwrapping it right now, taking a look first at the brackets for the SHISEIDO Tahiti Pro presented by Outerknown, and the path that Bravo Italo Ferriera had to take to a victory. His 8th CT win. First had to get by Yago Dora in that quarterfinal. And what about that semifinal flick up against Ramzi Boukhaim?
Oh, yeah, that semi for me was, I mean, that was really, 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 it was one of the ones to watch, of course. I mean, Ramzi was on fire, I feel like, this whole event, and I feel like he really showed up, and it wasn't an easy draw for Italo, but, I mean, Italo just went to absolute town. It felt like he, for me, it just, from the beginning of the day, I just saw he clicked into this momentum. He was hunting for a different kind of barrel. He was taking off super deep, which is where he likes to be, just weaving through these tubes. And yeah, today it was his day.
And finally, Italo taking out win number 8 on the championship tour. We're going to take a look at his road to the final, where he faced up against John John Florence. But Jesse started this morning by beating his good friend and fellow goofy footer Yago Dora in this quarterfinal.
How's that fumble ride right there into the pump after that? That was so much control, and how he was able to identify those waves that were very deep and running down the point. Almost gave me a glimpse of Gabriel a few years back, because he's the king of that, finding those maybe sometimes not so tall waves, but just so fast down the line and being able to get so deep as he was doing the whole event. That was impressive from Italo, and beating none less than John John Florence in the final.
Yeah, kept on doing this. Steep, deep, underneath, a long reeling, foam ball clearing. Italo Ferriera to the final, took down Ramzi. That was a hotly contested quarterfinal. Then prayers as he came up against in the semifinal Ramzi. And Ramzi was a big challenge, Flick, but Italo overcame that with 9-point ride there.
Yeah, this was insane. I mean, Italo just surfed so well. And just to your point before, Jesse, he just was searching for a different kind of wave today, and a different sort of take on this wave. I mean, he's just really looking for the ones where he could really weave down the line and just get super deep. Not necessarily the ones that was, you know, super open and big, but I mean, he did such a good job. And if you think about events that you want to win, I mean, this has to be at the top of the list, right? So, yeah, super excited for him. And to beat John in the final, I mean, wow. I mean, one of the best to ever do it out here.
Yeah, that's definitely make it way more special, having John in the final.
Check out these numbers for the final. Both excellent heats for John John as well as Ferreira. 8.93, 8.77 Ferreira for the win. 14th final for Ferreira, 8th win in his career. He is on a tear. John John Florence, Jess, going to number 1 on the rankings after this event, number 6 on the championship tour.
I mean, you expect, right, when you see those names falling off on the top 5 that were in front of him, and you leave the gate open for a guy like John John Florence in these conditions, I mean, I'm not surprised whatsoever.
Yeah, just crazy, crazy stuff. Well, we had I'm going to call it a historic day yesterday for women's surfing out here at the end of the road. Like, it was so impressive what the women brought to us in a grindy, big swell.
Yeah, it was really impressive. I think we said it today when we had Tachi in here, but the bar is now set. I mean, we know what the women are capable of. That's the biggest surf that the women have arguably ever been out here in Tahiti. And now we know it's like, okay, you give them the opportunity, they're going to show up. It was absolutely incredible. I mean, the semi-final between Tachi and Vahine was insane, and then to watch Vahine go on local wildcard to get the win here in front of her whole community, and what that means for, you know, Tahiti and French Polynesia was super special.
Yeah, let's take a look at our finals day bracket for the women's, and that path that Vahine Fierro as the wild card. She got stopped in the semifinals in her past 2 attempts out here, but this time Vahine, the queen of Teahupo'o, going all the way for a victory, Jess.
Yeah, I mean, no one deserves better than her as far as time spent in this place. Like the amount of time that she put it up here, all the scars that she probably has from this wave, all the beatdowns, and just to come up on top on a historical moment for women surfing with massive waves yesterday. It was a show that we were able to watch, and yeah, it was a pleasure to watch.
It sure was. It was awe-inspiring. Let's take a look at the highlights of Vahine taking out the win, starting out in the quarterfinals where she came up against Molly Picklemflick.
Yeah, and you know what? She had a hard draw all the way to the final, and Molly wasn't an easy draw. We know Molly's so technically good on her backhand, but Vahine, I mean, we've said it time and time again. The way she surfs this wave, it's just beautiful to watch. She does it with such grace too. It never looks like, you know, she's holding on for dear life. It's beautiful to watch.
Semifinals. She came through, even though Tatiana Weston-Webb in this semifinal scored a 10. Not just a 10, but a perfect 10 right here. 10s across all 5 judges. A momentous moment in women's professional surfing. The bar has been set, and inspiration out in the channel. The world was watching that one, but Vahine continued to fight through. And Vahine earned her spot in the final where she faced up against Brisa Hennessy, and she continued on this great form, Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, nerves of steel for her to be on a heat that someone needs a 10, gets a 10, and to come back and get a 9 a few minutes before the hit finish with all the crowd cheering for her. It's a lot of pressure, and not to mention, just back it up with this beautiful wave on the final, and somehow pull that off. Look at that first bump that she was going through right there. That was beautiful. Big west bow coming towards her. She's a pretty light, small person.
Yeah.
All that water on top of her, and she was just managing like there's nothing, like it was a 2-foot day.
And second final in Tahiti for Brisa Hennessy, who goes to the top of the CT rankings on the women's end. Take a look at the numbers here. It was really a dominant final flick for Vahine Fierro when you look at the numbers.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Vahine obviously out there with that excellent number, but props to Brisa as well. I mean, I loved watching her evolution of her backhand tube riding. Just her technique was so different to the other women on their backside. Just taking off, not grabbing, setting her line, then grabbing. So, yeah, hats off to Brisa. 2 finals out here, that's pretty good. But, yeah, of course, coming up against Vahine, it was hers to lose. And, yes, she got the job done this time. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy for her.
Well, after 6 events on the championship tour, let's take a look at our women's rankings. And Brisa Hennessy wearing yellow into stop number 7, the Surf City El Salvador Pro. Katie Simmers getting bumped down a notch into number 2. And take a look at Tatiana Weston-Webb, who's hunting for a spot in that final 5, up to number 7. She's going to continue that hunt on and Punta Roca at the next stop. Our men's ratings coming out of Tahiti. Stop number 6, John John Florence up on top, gaining some spots. And look at Italo Ferriera and where he has landed. He has landed, Jesse, in that final 5 conversation.
Man, it's crazy how much weight a win have. Like, he was way in the bottom of the rankings, and just in a matter of 2 days, he went from whatever he was to 5th place in the world. A lot of confidence building up into a few events that suits his surfing very well. So I can't wait for this finish, and excited to see how he's going to play it out.
It is getting exciting in the back half of the year. We got some more to go over, but we're going to take a break. We're going to return to the Corona Cero post show for the awards presentation and more. And people on tour, getting a hold of our winner, Italo Ferriera. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the Corona Cero post show, where we unwrap all of the finals day events. Kaipo, Felicity, as well as Jesse. And it's time now. Let's go to our awards ceremony.
Maururu, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. Wow, it's great to see everybody. This is the official award ceremony for the 2024 SHISEIDO Tahiti Pro, presented by Outerknown, stop number 6 of the World Surf League Championship Tour. This event will stand out as one of the best on the calendar, and these last couple of days were some of the best days I've ever seen here at Teahupo'o, here at the end of the road. A wave of consequence where we see the best surfers in the world prove themselves over the shallow reef in paradise. All the women yesterday created history. Let's hear it for all the hard-charging athletes that we got to see on a groundbreaking day for pro surfing. Let's hear it for Tatiana Weston-Webb. She got a perfect 10. That was unbelievable. One of the best waves I've ever seen in competition. Representing herself and showing the world what she's got. A huge day for professional surfing. A lot to talk about in the main event as well. From Ramzi Boukhaim from Morocco. Unbelievable, Ramzi. Everyone knows what you're made of. Third place finish. And we can't thank this guy enough. Gabriel Medina, what a beast. This guy is impressive, surfs with his heart and passion. Hit the reef a few times in the heat with John, but he's always one of the best ever here at the end of the road. Great to see everyone pushing the boundaries of what we expect, including the local contingent coming from the trials final, from Matea Hickley getting close, and also Mihimana pushing the limits, knocking out world number 1 again, representing Tahiti so well. And also great to see this venue here on the championship tour that we've been enjoying since 1999, and also the venue for the Olympic Games that's happening right here in Tahiti this summer. Looking forward to that. Really want to be extra grateful and thankful, really, for the locals here at Teahupo'o here in Tahiti, and like to formally acknowledge that we are here on Teahupo'o and Whare Mohora land. Acknowledge all the wonderful people that we get to stay with and that host us so well, all the true owners of the land and the waterways that we're on today. Maururu, thank you so much. Big thanks also to our community partners who have led the WSL One Ocean Coral Reef Restoration here at Teahupo'o, from the Coral Gardeners, Tahiti ET Surf Club, and the Association of Hawaii Teahupo'o. Maururu, merci beaucoup. Thank you for all the support. Some incredible partners to thank as well. Our title partner for the event, SHISEIDO. Also big thanks to our presenting partner, Outerknown. Our event partners, Tahiti Government, Corona Cero, Red Bull, True Surf, Surfline, Eventbrite, Yeti, Bonsoy, Hilton, Oakberry, Air Tahiti Nui, Vini, Cherry, Bank of Tahiti, Polynesia One, Mofi, and the Tahiti Surfing Federation. Thank you. And another extra thank you on Maururu to the Tahitian government for hosting us so well, to bring us back here since the late 90s for the QS event, for giving us this beautiful wave and hosting us so well. That support is incredible for us to feel. We travel around the world and you guys are top-notch hosting us. Thank you to the government, our president up here on stage, an absolute legend to be in your company. I'm honored to be in your presence, President Moi Tai Brotherson, Maururu Roa. Also like to thank the Minister of Youth in charge of sport, Nahema Temari'i, also our director of the IJSPF, James Cowan, our Tahiti tourism representative by Here Lisant, our mayor of Tairapu West, Te Tuanui Hamlet, also mayor of Teahupo'o, Ronui Po'areu, also our president of the Tahiti Surfing Federation, Max Wasna, local WSL representative, Pascal Luciani. Thank you for all the support. Big thanks for all of our families, our incredible water safety teams, the total heroes of this event each and every year. You guys are incredible. All the local surfers, the community once again of Teahupo'o for welcoming us to paradise. Right next to the president of Tahiti, our president of Tahiti, we've got Jesse Miley Dyer, our commissioner. Thanks for all the hard work that you put into the sport of surfing. You should be really proud of what we saw the last couple of days. Really proud of all the work that you do. Right next to Jesse, we've got Andrew Stark, the president of the WSL APAC division. Thanks for all you do, Starkey. You're a hardworking guy who does it with a smile, and we can't thank Starkey enough. So we're going to have Jesse and the president help us with these awards today, as we'll get to the competitors that made it into the final. How about this guy? Long-time entertainer on tour, a two-time world champion, multiple-time finalist here at Teahupo'o. Let's hear it for your men's runner-up in the big event. Let's hear it for John John Florence. Congratulations, John. I love watching you surf. I mean, I think you know that, but I love watching you surf in waves like this. There's something about you, your happiness, your connection to the ocean. I can tell you had a really good time over the last couple of days. Can you break it all down, the biggest highlights that you really got to experience throughout this event?
Yeah, I think just surfing today and getting to surf 4 heats today, that was really fun, and the waves were pumping, and there was challenging moments, but it was just beautiful out there, and I think this is one of the most beautiful waves in the world, and so yeah, just to be able to go out there and surf with no one out and get big barrels and get worked and do the whole thing, it was amazing.
Thanks for all you do. Back in yellow, world #1. Best of luck in El Salvador.
Thank you, and thank you to the Chopo community for having us. You guys are awesome, and the channel, everything, and I love coming here every year. It's one of my favorite places in the world, and hi to my family back home, and yeah, thank you guys.
Congratulations to John John, runner-up in the final and #1 in the world heading into the next event. Let's now hear for another world #1, a runner-up in the women's final yesterday. Put your hands together for Costa Rica's Brisa Hennessy. Brisa, what a month that you've had here at the end of the road and accomplishing so much along the way. You showed me your wipeout scars, you told me about your eardrum almost blowing again, and then accomplishing a huge goal back in yellow and experiencing a groundbreaking day for pro surfing. I love when you break it down in words. It almost sounds like poetry. How are you feeling right now?
Oh man, yeah, so many emotions. This place just makes you feel alive, and everything. I feel like peace and chaos and fear and beauty, and it's just so raw, and I'm grateful that the amazing community always shows up for us, and the waves, and yeah, I think I just feel like very at peace and at home, and I'm very, very grateful.
Congratulations. Enjoy the yellow jersey and leading the tour into the next event of the season. One more time for Brisa and John, a runner-up in the final. Let's now hear it for a man that won a world title back in 2019. His first final in over a year, his first win since 2021. Your champion of the SHISEIDO Tahiti Pro, presented by Outer Known, Italo Ferreira. Hold that trophy up, my friend. Italo, your smile is electric. You're absolutely glowing. You accomplished so much. Your best result here before was a quarter. You finaled today. You surfed against the best in waves like this. Can you put into words how you're feeling right now?
Yeah, that was a really, really special heat against John. And I'm so inspired of you, buddy. And yeah, that was a great heat. And I think, start in the morning, like early, you know, like for the first couple waves to warm up, and then we started the heat like around 8 something, and it was like a long day, and I'm really happy to make this final and then win this comp. I'm waiting for that moment because I knew that was like possible for me, you know, and then I have been like doing like really good performance in the last couple of years, and yeah, so now is my moment, so I'm really happy for that.
Great to see. I mean, a finals day anywhere. We know you have a lot of energy. You've always showed us that. But waves like we had today and a reinforcing swell, round of 16, quarters, semifinals, and a final, were you always feeling your best throughout the day?
Yeah, if you have one more heat, we can do it. Yeah, I'm still with energy. Yeah, for sure. But last night I was like so excited, so hard to sleep, because on the last couple of days I was like, okay, no waves, like cruising, sleeping like around 7:30 or something, and then wake up 5, and then yesterday it was like pretty hot, you know, like because my heart was like pumping, you know, and I was like, oh, tomorrow's gonna be big, it's gonna be big, it's gonna be big. But yeah, I was like really happy, you know. I just want to say thank you, WSL, and then the Red Bull. Thank you guys for the support, and I'm really happy. I just want to say thank you, God, for everything, and yeah, that was my moment. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Italo. Parabéns. Here it comes. Everyone give him a little bit of clearance out front. Here we go. Wow! That's the best one I've ever seen you do. That got my heart going, man. You can surf one more heat. There's one more champion standing. I think you know who I'm about to announce right here. Representing all of you here in Tahiti, the first to ever win it. Representing this beautiful island, your champion of the SHISEIDO Tahiti Pro, presented by Outer Known, Vahine Fierro! Card for 3 straight seasons here, representing all of you here at Teahupo'o. Semifinals in back-to-back seasons, first final, and now truly a champion. Wow, Vahine, how did that feel?
Do I speak in French or English?
Go for French first.
Merci Teahupo'o. Teahupo'o, t'es tellement spécial, de la montagne au village, à la vague. Vous m'avez aidé voilà, on a tous gagné hier. C'était les plus belles vagues de ma vie en compétition, avec la plus belle aide de tout votre manage et les ressentis de loin, de près. Et voilà, celle-là, c'est pour nous et on garde le trophée à Tahiti.
Whoa, I could feel it. It feels magical up here. Do you mind breaking that down, exactly what you said in English, the best you can?
Teahupo'o, you're so special, from the mountain to the village to the wave. Like, you sent me the best waves of my life in my heat, and yeah, there was just a special connection with the wave, the people, like all the mana from everybody. I felt that it gave me strength from the first round to the final, and the trophy staying at home.
Also, before I let you go, the words on pro surfing, where everything went yesterday on that finals day, the women you got to surf with, and the barrel rides for you, and what those mean for your career.
Yeah, the women's were incredible. I knew that it was the perfect size to push ourselves. It wasn't too scary, too big, but just the perfect size to go over the ledge and try and go in the lagoon and try again. And yeah, it was just so special to surf against the best in the world and just I don't know, like catch the best waves. And thank you to the WSL and Jessie for putting us out there. We were meant to be out there.
Big congratulations. Enjoy your moment. Thanks for all you're doing. Leading the charge here at Teahupo'o. Your champion, Vahine Fierro. Champion, Italo Ferriera. And the runners-up, Brisa and John. I think it might be time for you guys to start dancing. Enjoy the ceremony here. The dancing will begin, and we'll send it back to Kaipo on the Corona Cero post show.
Wow, what an event. Wow, what an event and what a celebration that we're able to have here. The trophy stays home for the women. Italo Ferriera, he goes into the top 5 as we advance into the next event. And enjoying this beautiful Tahitian afternoon. Well, welcome back. And yeah, that was great. You know, what an event. We had so many incredible rides here, and there's been no shortage of charging in this event, but there can only be one Mophie charger of the event. Let's check out, who could it be? The Mophie charger of the event? Gabe Medina. There are a lot of people up for contention. Sawyer Lindblad, Tatiana Weston-Webb, but it was Gabe Medina with this 10-point ride.
I mean, not just the 10-point ride, but throughout the whole day, he was just showing so much energy, and no one better than represent the Mophie Charger, because he was putting himself under the ledge, got the 10-point ride, backed it up with a 9.83. Just outstanding performance for Gabriel, and that was so impressive from him. Well deserved.
Yeah, well deserved for Gabe Medina. And time now with that, you know, we had the CT Shaper rankings that happens, quarterfinals up. Just take a look at where it stands after stop number 6. Like, Lost still up in front.
Yeah, and well and truly, 128,000 points. Got a real jump on Sharpay and Channel Islands. Obviously, Channel Islands picking up a win with Vahine Fierro, which is epic to see. But, I mean, I just can't go past Mayhem right at the top there, well and truly, and on the way to another day at the surf ranch.
Yeah, that was very impressive. A lot of athletes doing so well this year, and I mean, none better than number 1, right?
Yeah, things, is it kind of in a runaway position here, but we got 3 more events on the schedule for the rest of the year, so we'll see how that shakes up the CT Shaper rankings. Hey, it's time to get into our top 5 moments of the events. Let's start that off right now with number 5, Kelly Slater coming out against Ethan Ewing. Slater actually twice this young man's age, but he took him down this morning in the round of 16 flick.
Yeah, I mean, this is Slater in his natural habitat. I mean, I just look at this surf and it's synonymous with his style and where I think back to his best performances. And I mean, he did it in true Kelly style. Needed a score here at the end, got the score on his last wave. And I mean, Ethan took that. I mean, that was a gnarly wipeout from Ethan, but yeah, Kelly got the job done in the last basically 10 seconds of this heat. It was super impressive to watch. Real buzzer beater moment from Kelly. He had to do a board change halfway through the heat. But yeah, it was this little wave right here. It ended up being a 4.7. It was enough. And yeah, did it with basically 10 seconds left on the clock.
Dramatic heat, and Kelly Slater was on to the quarterfinals. Number 4, Jesse, I'm going to let you talk about this one. Perfect 10-point ride for Tatiana Weston-Webb.
I mean, that's a wave of a lifetime, for sure. Best wave of her life, she mentioned. And there's only a very few times a professional surfer comes in from a heat that he lost, or she lost, and comes out with a smile, and that's one of those occasions, because that was impressive. That was one of the, like, her best barrel ever, and one of the best barrels a woman have ever caught in a jersey, if not the best. So that was, yeah, stoked for her.
Well, coming in at number 3 is Medina Magic. In this heat, he goes 10, and a 9.83, near perfect heat in the round of 16 for Gabe Medina, Flick.
Yeah, this heat was insane. I mean, a couple of people saying, oh, okay, maybe this should have been 210s, but I mean, you can't just look at this heat. I mean, his performance throughout the whole contest was incredible. I mean, every single heat, he gave us those moments of absolute pure magic and moments where you're just thinking that made you really feel something. We sat a little bit straighter up in our chairs. It got us excited. And just, yeah, adding to the stats of, you know, how good he is out here.
At number 2, our men's champ, Italo Ferriera, for his 8th CT win here at the end of the road. He made it happen, Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, look at that wave. That kind of reminded me of 2014, the final that Gabe had it against Kelly. How glassy and oily everything looks, and just perfect. Identifying the right waves, committing no mistakes basically on the final, and that was the difference point between him and John. Whoever committed less mistakes is going to take the win, and that's what happened in this situation here. Italo on top, well-deserved after a few years without a win. It was due time for him.
Yeah, his 14th CT final, 8th CT victory, and Italo Ferriera vaulted up the live rankings. He's number 5 going into stop number 7. At number 1, she's the Queen of Teahupo'o, and this is how she earned it. 2 times the semifinalist, this time the winner, the champ. The trophy stays right here at the end of the road for Vahine Fierro, Flick.
Yeah, I mean, for 3 years now, this has been her event to lose. I mean, she's had one hand firmly on that trophy, and then this year she finally got the job done. And, you know, it's just so beautiful just hearing her speak at the awards ceremony, just how grateful and appreciative she is, you know, of the end of the road here and the community. And it was just so awesome to see the women really show up, because they really were meant to be there on that finals day yesterday. Such an incredible performance, and yeah, I'm speechless. Just the surf showed up, and the surfers blew up.
It's a beautiful sunset out here. Final thoughts, Flick?
Final thoughts is, wow, I think the surf was the hero. I mean, this afternoon we had beautiful conditions. There wasn't a breath of wind, and so many excellent scores, so much to digest. I'm looking forward to El Salvador now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to El Salvador. Your final thoughts, Jesse?
I mean, we had a show on our hands the last 2 days, but what makes this place so special is just what's behind us. This wave is incredible. It gives the platform for the surfers to give us a show, and we should come back here next year.
Yeah. I love it. Well, we'll catch you all June 6th. That's when the window starts for the Surf City El Salvador Pro. Enjoy the highlights of the event, and Yorana Aloha. Yorana te poi poi. Good morning from Teahupo'o, the site of the SHISEIDO Tahiti Pro, presented by Outer Note.
Well, here's how it happens. Wake up very early, you get a ping on your phone that says, it's on.
Really didn't know what this day would bring. I think I just woke up just in the mindset of embracing anything that came my way and enjoying it.
One of the best days for women surfing in the history of the sport. That tan of Tati, like she stands in it and puts her hands out. I was like, what the heck? Like, what's going on?
I just knew that, like, man, this is women surfing. You know, like, we're doing it.
The champion of the SHISEIDO Tahiti Pro, presented by Outer Known, Vahine Fierro has done it.
Thank you, Teahupo'o. You're so special, and thank you for sending me the best waves of my life. I'm just so stoked right now.
Let's go! Oh! Griffin Colapinto!
We got the men's round of 16, we got the quarters, we got the semis, and then we got the finals. It's gonna be a good day at the office, I'll tell you that much.
I don't know if I had nerves this morning or just anxiety for like the energy.
It's crazy being a dad now and just that whole new kind of experience of life. But yeah, it feels good and it feels like I'm competing for them, and so I'm really stoked on that.
Just so good out there, you know. You gotta enjoy every moment, every wave. We're having the best surf session today.
It's going to be John John Florence heading on to the final up against Italo Ferriera.
Italo Ferriera, your champion of the SHISEIDO Tahiti Pro, presented by Outer This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.